Oh no. No, now sprint into the draft again. No. Oh no.
All right, we're going to do some crit racing. Jesse's going to basically roast me for everything I'm doing. I don't know, I may have done some good things, but race one, we're going to get straight into it. Jesse, have you raced this course? Do you know where we are? Do I need to fill you in?
Nah, you're at Lansdowne. I've raced it a couple of times. You're going into the uphill section now. Though it's kind of the start of the race, do you ever have a race plan? Like, what are you actually doing? What's your goal? Because I can't roast you if I don't know what your goal is. Do you have one?
Yeah,
look,
this is a pretty strong field, but my race plan is to try and get in a small group that gets off the front. There's about 20 guys in this particular race. I want to get in a strong group that gets away. It then becomes a hard race, and ultimately maybe my fitness gives me an opportunity to score a result at the end. That's, I suppose, my race plan. I don't want a bunch sprint, basically.
You're pretty much then looking for opportunities to attack, which means you need to get to the back of the pack. It is near impossible to do an effective attack towards the front. So if I was you here, I would be literally... Well, it looks like this is sort of a bit of a response, but if I was you, I would just be literally pulling off to the side.
I always panic in these situations, Jesse, because I'm always concerned that, like, okay, here I am, like, first, second, third wheel, and if I swing out, all of a sudden, like, the brake goes, or those guys ride away from me, the guys behind me don't come through, and I always panic. I always freak out with it, and I'm an easy target for it, I suppose.
Maybe, but someone almost always closes it, especially at the start of the race when everyone's fresh. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. I mean, what are you going to do here? I can tell you, someone's going to attack, yeah. And you can't attack from there, and you also can't respond from here. So that's a move you could be going in. If you had been further back, you could have followed Edwin there. He's strong. So I don't know.
So what are you
I can
saying?
tell
like,
you, as
right
usually,
now, I should just drop back, like.
Grab a handful of brakes and drop to the back. Okay. I can tell you, as usually one of the stronger riders that are racing these club crits, the stronger guys are always just trying to get to the back so they can attack. So, yeah, this positioning doesn't look like someone who's trying to get themselves off the front. This looks like a good classic Masters welder position, from what I can see. But nice of someone else to do the work to keep the pace up. And even now, I mean, you can't counter-attack now because you're too far forward. Like, you totally...
Yeah, I have
this position's ineffective.
I have a feeling I'm going to do something that you're not going to really like very much pretty soon.
For everyone watching, I also have not watched this, so this is the first time viewing. I mean, this is really... Just drop back, Miller. He's up.
I hear what you're saying, but my thinking?
Oh, right? No. Oh, no. The old second wheel, half. What? And then you've gotten count. Yep. And then two teammates going at the same time. Ooh.
Oh, well, to be fair, I think that these guys, the guys in the club races, they don't necessarily, especially this time of year, aren't racing purely as teammates. You know, they're trying to bash. But I mean, I hear what you're saying. Like, I just made that so much harder for myself, because I could have followed those guys instead of like seeing them go past, be 20 meters in front of me, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should jump across to that.
So I'm trying to look for the shadows here and see what the situation. So there's other people with you.
Yeah. Yep. So just in terms of the course, that's kind of the top-ish of the uphill, and then it like sweeps down super fast here. And again, I'm doing like a half-assed attack into the downhill.
This guy in blue, where did he come from? He just appeared in the break. Did he bridge across? He
was up a little bit ahead before Edwin went, and here's another.
Oh, okay.
Why am I doing this? Yes, there's another one. So this is the front of the race now, and it's all kind of behind me.
Okay, let's have a look. How many again? I mean, I can't see behind how many guys there are here, but
it's all together.
Okay, and still let him. I don't want to. It's and because there's quite a few strong riders already behind you, so if I was you right now, I'd be very nervous. And you're about to hit the steepest part of the course, and your second wheel with a nice little carrot dangling out there. I would be very surprised if there wasn't an attack coming up from someone who gets a bit of a run at it. and you're having to no, Chris Miller, come on. Okay. I think it's lucky that you're relatively very fit compared to the rest of this field, because I kind of what you're doing here, you're getting away with because you've got the watts for it. But for people watching that aren't probably top 3 fittest in the race, this is a very difficult way to find yourself off. Right.
But my pushback against that is like I don't get a result from this race. Like I come fourth. Ultimately, these two guys drop me from the break because I've had to go too deep to get into this, and I don't really recover. And so
I mean, how did that work? I'm very surprised that worked, because when Mick went ahead of you and you kicked to get into his wheel, you're really opening the door for anyone else to follow if they wanted. I think that was everyone just must have been pretty in the box.
So this is the same race, JC. This is so Jack and myself got dropped by the two guys, and I wanted to play this because it's the last lap. And I'm faced with what do I do? What do I do here?
Do not attack. If you're in a one-on-one, you are not going to get rid of the person. Even if they're close, even if they're not as fit as you, you're not going to be, because there's no element of surprise. So you're not going to be able to get a gap. So I hope you didn't attack. Your only shot of beating them is waiting for the sprint, even if they're a stronger sprinter, and hoping that they mistime it.
It's an interesting
I can't
one,
see any situation that you gap him.
So what about, because my other option was to try and kick here, right? So that's just the little part of the crest of the last, and then I go like on the crest there.
No, because there's no, if they're gonna beat you in the sprint flat out anyway, they're gonna be strong enough to get on your wheel, and then you're just giving him a draft, and So your best option is just to, even though you know he's 9.9 out of 10 times gonna beat you in a sprint, your best shot is always actually leaving it to the sprint. I just don't see a situation where an early attack works.
Fair enough. All right, next race, of course you know really well, Heffron Park. Here it is. There's the details on. I just want to quickly bring that up. See, those two guys have spent a hard couple of first laps, but those two guys there have just rolled off the front, and that was basically the two guys rolling away for first and second, and there was very little reaction. Just to give you a little feel in here with this one, I've never had much success obviously at this course, and what's a strange dynamic here is there is a team here with a lot of riders in it. It's quite a big field, 20-25 guys, and both the two guys that just went up the road, they're not on that big team that I just referred to.
But that's about knowing the competition. You're going to know, are they going to be strong enough to bring them back? That's the question. And if they're not, if you don't think they're going to be strong enough, you have, a lap to respond.
So there's now starting to be a couple of more attacks. There's no sort of concerted effort to bring these guys back at this point. Well, look, my thinking at this point was if I could get in front of this race again, I'd need to do it with one of the teammates of the guys up front, or at least one of the teammates of that strong field. So having another go here.
So that attack, I wish I could rewind. Even on that attack alone, so the opportunity to go when you had momentum was probably 15 seconds earlier. When you were coming onto the wheel, you kind of let those front three guys slow down, and then you sat for like 10 seconds and then went. So you had to kind of re-kick. You would have been better off trying to go a bit more with the split stream.
So you're trying you're saying to try and hold that momentum as much as possible. Is that sort of what you're saying?
Yeah, that was just too big a delay. And then you're kind of giving everyone else behind you a chance to catch up, get their breath, and then you kick again as someone who doesn't have a massive kick, and you're probably not going to be let go. So I think I saw in the shadow someone was following you here.
Yes, yeah. Which was actually sort of one thing that I did do on purpose almost, was I had a look who that person was, which was someone that I did know was quite strong, and sort of decided to kick at that point. So there's the status of the race now.
Oh, nice. Okay, so okay. Again, that attack less than ideal attack worked, because you're now in a group of two fighting for the last spot on the podium. Sweet. So what do we hear last lap?
So this is, we're just taking the bell here, and we're being run down by a teammate of Phil's. So he's got a teammate coming across, and there you go, the third rider catches us. And I'm in this position, right? So I'm the worst sprinter of the bunch here, and I've got two guys on my wheel, and I'm like, there's no wind, so there's not really any selection points I can try and use. Yeah, again, it's one of these ones of how do I approach this?
Even if you did get, again, if you attack, even if you did get a gap, you've got two of them. One of them would bring you back and the other one would out-sprint you anyway. So again, another situation where I wouldn't even bother attacking, unfortunately.
But they're going to 1-2 me, right? Yep. So, and there's Phil attacking. So I've got there's no choice to what I do here, right?
Yeah, you have to respond. I mean, the choice is, do you snap respond and close it quickly, or do you slowly weld it back and let that rider ahead sit out there? So you closed it pretty quick, and now obviously you're looking for the counter. That's probably the next move you're anticipating. So you just got to have your head on a swivel and wait for that, because you knew it was coming. Did you anticipate that one?
No. And there was certainly a moment, because my power numbers and stuff, like I don't kick much harder than what I had to do previously. That's me maxed out. But we did then get a gap on his teammate, and so I said to Mick there, like, let's keep going. His reply was no.
I don't mind that. That's all right. He had just bridged over, then he kicked. He's going to be pretty tired. Phil comes back and kicks again. Yeah.
So Phil just goes, and I reckon I just get massively lucky here. Like, I'll let it play out.
Yeah. Interesting. Doesn't look like there's much wind. Oh, geez, it's taking you a long way down the straight. This is good. I'd back off the wheel, though. You're right. I don't know why you're so far up his ass.
I'm panicked, mate.
You're going to have to sprint. Get back off, mate.
I'm totally
You're gonna
panicked.
have
I don't know what to do.
No, now sprint into the draft and... Oh, yeah.
Like...
did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh my God.
Well, it's so lucky. Like, that was pure luck, I reckon, in the end.
You really need... That's literally just practice.
Yeah.
You just sprint tactics. That needs to be practiced.
So same venue, 3-main break, hitting the last lap, and we're fighting it out for the win, basically.
Okay.
So here we go, last lap, bit of wind this time. So I'm on the front as we take the bell.
Ooh, that's muscle, man. Oh, that was a good attack, actually. On the inside, when the other strong rider was on the outside. Oh, dear. Oh.
I'm in trouble, mate.
Yeah.
I'm in big, big trouble here. And again, like this, he just timed that really well, didn't he? Like, got me right at the end of my turn.
So, again, you're kind of making decisions here. Do I snap close it, or do I weld it back? Depends on who the competition is. If they're going to dangle you out there. If you think that they're not going to work together, then you're better off just slowly bringing it back and not snap closing it, because it's that snap close kick saps more of your energy. So the slow weld it back is better, but is riskier, obviously, if they push on and one of them drags the other away. And this is perfect. Sit back here. Now the question is, Chris Ling's going to, again, beat you in a sprint, but because there's another rider, an attack here could work. So that's probably, you'd be tossing up
this actually plays out exactly how I thought it would, but I didn't have I don't know if I didn't have the legs, but I got it wrong. So the guy's second wheel, Cam, I knew that he was going to attack, which meant I had his wheel. So my theory was, do I go with his attack, or do I play the game of Cam attacks and then I go with Chris Ling trying to weld it? So I choose option B.
Okay, I don't mind it. But make the strongest guy follow. That works. Yep. You got to be on the wheel though.
Yeah, this is this is the difference between theory and practice, right?
That theory goes out the window if you're eating wind anyway.
Yep.
But you're not too far off. You're going pretty quick. You're still getting a good draft here. This is looking up really nice. This is a Chris Miller win. I'm sniffing here.
Here comes Miller. He's got this in the bag,
just
I
wait.
reckon.
You're going to win this.
Yep.
Just sit there. Just wait.
Yep.
That's it. Oh, he's gonna drag you all the way to the finish. That's it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, now you should probably be right up in the... okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
I did.
Oh, no.
I did.
500. You got more than that. What happened here? 163 heart rate. Okay. Oh, well, maybe... Okay.
That was just... that was...
Yeah, that was a free... That's about as easy a win as you're going to get, really.
That's
you just didn't have the legs.
That's not performing, basically. Let's not beat around the bush there. That was just a missed opportunity. No two ways about it.
Chrisling is very strong. He's got a massive sort of 30, 40 seconds in him. So that's, being maybe a bit harsh, but...
My power meter must have been underreading. Sure, that's what it was. Yeah. All right, thanks for your time, Jesse. I'll hopefully put some of those bits of advice into practice. Guys, make sure to check out the show. Obviously, we'll be chatting about some of the local stuff and all the other bits and pieces coming up. But Jesse, thanks for your time.
No worries.
Chat to you
See
soon.
you next time.